Well guys, welcome back to Corn Dog Caravan. We're doing something a little unusual today. We're going to see Jeffrey from Pressure Luck Cooking as we do Instant Pot on the road and do a little meet and greet.
I'm Ray, and you're watching the Corn Dog Caravan channel. My wife Chris and I decided there's more to life than working and doing house projects. So we sold everything we own, built out a Ram ProMaster we call OTIS because others think it's stupid, and are traveling full-time seeing friends, family, and exploring the beautiful country around us, along with our 2 Boston Terriers.
Yes, hi! Hello! Oh my gosh, this is so nutty, I can't even believe it. And Diane, I met Diane already, it's so nice. I'll see you guys in just a minute.
We're gonna give him some quiet time. There you go.
I've had her for 5 years and I...
Library, thanks for coming tonight. We're glad you can join us. Thank you also to our partner, Main Street Books. They're over here if you need to purchase a book, and they're also down at Main Street, St. Charles, anytime you need to buy books. Our guest tonight is Jeffrey Eisner. He was a video producer in public relations and advertising for 10 years, but did not find any fulfillment. So in 2017,
Do you have a microphone or can you speak out?
I don't have a microphone, I'm sorry. In 2017, he created Pressure Luck Cooking, an acclaimed, easy-to-follow Instant Pot recipe video blog that started with a video he filmed of himself on a snowy day making mac and cheese. He's now the author of 3 cookbook titles: the Step-by-Step Instant Pot Cookbook, the lighter Step-by-Step Instant Pot Cookbook. Those are both #1 national bestsellers. And then his newest title, the Simple Comfort Step-by-Step Instant Pot Cookbook. He's been featured on the Food Network, Good Morning America, and Rachel Ray, and he creates his famously flavorful recipes at home in Queens, New York. Please welcome Jeffrey Eisner.
Wow. Okay, well, first of all, I don't think I'll need a microphone. I'm pretty loud as it is. So if you can't hear me, just say speak up and I'll do it. I'm over the moon. I'm gonna get verklempt, as they say. And look at all these beautiful faces here coming to see me. I'm just thrilled. Thank you for coming. I just came from New York this morning. I already brought myself to have barbecue because I had to, and I had toasted ravioli, and I had the whole platter of ribs and brisket and all the fixins. So I'm bloated beyond belief, but whatever, right? I'm on vacation technically, right? Thank you for having me. It's a thrill to be here. To Maggie and Dawn and Karen also for having this event. And hi to everybody. Hi. Today I want to try to speed things along as quickly as possible, and I'll do a Q&A and everything. And feel free, don't be shy, ask questions. There's a lot of people here. This is my 6th event. Basically, I've done Chicago, where I did 2 places in Chicago. I did St. Louis. Now, Minneapolis, Atlanta, and Winter Park / Orlando. So I've been kind of all over the place. I haven't been to my own area yet. I guess they don't really care about me there as much. There's already a lot of loud Jewish New Yorkers there. They don't need that. This is different. So anyway, I'm going to make today something that's so easy you can make it in a library, and it's called Cacio pepe, which is cheese and pepper. And it's really just basically like an adult mac and cheese, but using spaghetti. Again, this is just so exciting for me to be here. I'm thrilled, and I just love seeing everybody's faces. And my friend Zeke over here, who made the cutest video in the world. That was literally the best gift ever, my friend. So thank you for that. I'm so glad you came. It made my day. All right, so let's see. You could literally make this yourself, Zeke. You don't even with supervision, of course. But this is so easy. We're gonna look at this. We're using an Instant Pot Lux, right? This is like the OG model. They don't even make this one, I don't think, anymore. Do they even make it anymore?
I don't think so.
This is a rare collectible. And let me tell you something, actually. When people ask me what model I recommend at this point, because there's been I feel like they put out like 5 models a year now, and it's do we really need that many models? Simple, keep it simple, and you don't need all the bells and whistles, because I only use simple buttons on this. I only use the pressure cook or manual button. The manual button has become the pressure cook button, and the saute button really, and just the timing buttons. That's really all I do. This thing can be a little intimidating. I mean, I'm gonna guess that most of the people in this room know how to use an Instant Pot, and the other ones who don't probably have their other person schlep them here, and they're like, what am I even doing here? So, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you how easy this is literally to make, and it's just 5 ingredients. It could even be less than that if you really want it to be. So I'm going to start off just by adding 4 cups of broth to my pot. Now normally I would use this other stuff for my broth. You might know this.
Yeah.
What do I use? Better than bouillon. And I always like to say, are you listening better than bouillon? I have a partnership with them already, so it's actually fun. I genuinely love this stuff. When I found it, I got very excited because this stuff here, it's fine, but it's, you know, 4 cups of it in this box. Better than bouillon in a jar, which takes up very little space. It's a concentrate. We'll have about 38 cups, technically, of broth. And it's in a jar, and it'll last about 1.5 years in your fridge, and you mix 1 teaspoon of that with 1 cup of water, and poof, you have a cup of broth. And it's flavorful, and they have low sodium options. They have mock chicken, vegetarian friendly. They have crazy flavors like lobster, chili, so many great things. But if you just got the Swanson, that's fine too, you know? Open that up, just pour it inside my pot, simple as that.
Oh, it's got a thing inside.
Does it have a thing inside?
Ring.
Do I have to puncture it?
Pull your ring.
Isn't it supposed to puncture when you twist this thing? Isn't that what it's supposed to do? There isn't. It's like silk. Just try this again. I'm gonna just do this, and I mean, maybe now this will open it for me. Okay, I think we made it a little better. All right, so I'm just gonna squeeze this in. This is longer than it's gonna take to actually make it. Okay, so once we get all that in there, I'm telling you, I really am not this challenged when it comes down. It has to. I'm just gonna put my. There we go.
Yeah.
They're clean. I washed my hands and sanitized. I did all that stuff before this. Put that in the pot. 4 cups. You can use low sodium. You can also use water. Okay. You don't even have to use broth. That's 1 ingredient less if you want. However, it does. It infuses more flavor into the pasta itself. If you're a traditional Italian cook, you will immediately probably hate me because you're like, well, we would never make this dish with broth in it, and that's totally fine. You don't have to. Just make sure you have 4 cups of liquid in general. You want apple juice? Go for it. Do it. And then we're going to take a box of spaghetti, a pound, and then we're going to take it. And this is another part where some of the hardcore Italian cooks, many of whom I'm very good friends with, would say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do it! And you have to kind of break it in half because it won't really fit evenly if you don't. Plus it creates more portions and the noodles still feel plenty long. It's already a chore almost to twirl it around the floor. It's like, it never ends. So don't look or close your ears if this is gonna hurt your, okay, I promise this is the hard part, it's almost over. We're literally just gonna do this in batches, and when I add my spaghetti, I add it in a crisscross fashion with each layer. So one is going this way, the next time I do it, I'll do it the other way. So you know what I mean, crisscross. One of the places I did this at, I think it was in Atlanta, it was really clever. They had like a thing above me, it was like a mirror that was on a slant. And I was like, wow, you guys really, that was impressive. There we go. And then my last one here, done. Simple as that. I have it in my broth. I'm not gonna stir it per se. I'm just gonna kind of just like, smooth it out a little bit. And I love to use, by the way, one of my favorite things to use is like a silicone type mixing utensil when I'm using my Instant Pot, because it's usually gonna be stainless steel in here, right? It doesn't really scrape against it. It keeps things going nice and smoothly. So I do recommend investing in one of these. It shouldn't break the bank too badly. All right, so we got that. Next up, we don't have a knife, do we? Don't worry about it if we don't. Really, look, this is good. I'm glad we don't have one, because I'm going to show you. If you don't have a knife, it's not the end of the world if you're missing something. I'm just going to kind of break this in half, kind of. Look at that. See how easy that is? And I'm just going to put 4 tablespoons, or what is that? A half a stick of salted butter. I feel like there's a million different measurements. It's like half a cup and pounds and tablespoons. I usually say 4 tablespoons or half a stick of butter. You don't have to use salted. It could be unsalted. I do recommend putting it in here though for this dish because it will help the noodles really not stick. Typically, I also like to cut the butter into like 4 pats. So like 4 tablespoon pate. First I'm gonna release this and I'll answer your question. When you're done pressure cooking, I'm sure everyone knows, you have to release. And normally there's 2 ways of releasing. It's either the quick release, which is what we would do with, always with pasta, always, right? Otherwise it's gonna become too mushy, so I should stop talking and do this. Or natural release, which means you let it release on its own. Right now, is the pot counting up? Does it say L, 0, 0? Right, that means L means lapsed for lapsed time. It's gonna start counting up. If I say it's a 10-minute natural release, you do nothing until that reaches 10, and then we'll quick release it. That will typically be the case with meats in general, and rices often, not all the time. So I'm gonna release this. You can use this to do it, or you can just be a rebel like me and just do it like this. It doesn't really matter, but some people are literally like this when they do it, and that's okay. It's all right. You know, you should be proud of yourself that you even did it in the first. I'm gonna be a little bit of a rebel. Am I gonna be a rebel? No, maybe I shouldn't do that. Don't watch that, Zeke. Don't see that.
I did.
So it's cooked. Okay, look, it's cooked. So, perfectly, actually. So if the spaghetti sticks a little bit to each other, that's fine. Just get in there and just stir it around, it'll separate. That's why the butter comes in really handy. Now, the finishing touches in this dish, we have to add our Cacio e pepe. And you can add, I added about a cup of grated cheese. And this is 6 ounces, which is like, you know, a cup and a half. I'm sorry, 3/4 of a cup, right? Yeah. Yes. I could do math, I promise. You could use Pecorino Romano, Parmesan, or a mix of the two. And I'm just gonna use mostly that, a little bit of the Pecorino Romano. There we go. I'm kind of eyeballing that. I usually like to do measurements. I'm usually a stickler for measurements because I know a lot of people would like to say, tell me exactly what I need to put in this. Please don't make me guess. But people are like, just, you know, just a few things. I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, what is a few to you? You know what I mean? So I like to spell it out. So putting that in there, and I'm gonna stir that up. And also, this is optional, but this is gonna keep it really creamy, this dish, in terms of not letting it dry out too fast. This is a thing you wanna serve pretty much immediately after, just like the carbonara. Okay, I'm putting in the other remaining 4 tablespoons of butter. You don't have to do this. This is where I'm getting all Paula Deen, I guess. You just have to add that in there. And then you don't have to though. And you just keep stirring everything together. And then it's gonna basically become something very, very special at this point. Do you know when you go to those restaurants and they have like the giant Parmesan wheel, and then they cook the pasta in the wheel, the cheese? Is that a thing around here really? Not really?
No.
Well, doesn't it sound special? It's so good. It's so delicious. This is basically what that is. And then at the end, we're gonna put some pepper in there. And then I like to use for this about a tablespoon. And you don't have to use freshly ground pepper, but I feel like in this dish, it's a prominent ingredient, and it makes, you know, it makes a little bit of a difference. Plus, I'm getting exercise right now, so that's nice. About a tablespoon-ish. You can use more or less to taste. This might make the kids not want to eat it. Would you guys eat the dish if it had pepper in it? Yeah? All right, you're more adventurous than I was at your age. And then you just stir that around in the pot. Get everything combined, the pepper and the cheese. You can add more cheese if you want. And I wish I had some tongs or something, but look at this. Look at that. It's like cheesy deliciousness. Look at that. Look at that, Tom. Thank you very much. Look at that. Do you see this strand? It's good. It's good. And this was easy. Like I said, look how quick this was done. And another thing I like to always say when you're cooking something, try to have all your ingredients out. Okay? It's easier before you start. It's worth it. Get it out of the way, because when you start a dish and you start scrambling, and you don't want to deal with that, right? During this time, I could have literally laid on a couch and had a glass of wine in my hand instead of, you know, if I was doing this in my house, it would have been much more relaxing. I have some cream here, definitely not conventional to this dish. If you want your dish creamier, because this, like I said, in this moment right now, the pasta is continuing to cook and absorb. You can add that in there to keep it creamy. I'm not going to add it in right now, but it's an option. So always know you can add that. You can add milk as well, or a non-dairy milk if you want.
How much would you add if you were going to add?
That's a situation where it's like, let me see how much I want. Start with less, and then just until you get the consistency you're happy with. But if you feel like I put too much in, it's going to continue to just absorb by the pasta. So you'll be fine. And you can always add more cheese. So yeah. Are there any other questions?
not a question, but after, like when we were first using it and we were we didn't have your cookbook yet, we were just following your video, and then we could stop it and do what you said, and watch you stop it and do what you said. And we were making something that there was a lot of different spices.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything measured. And we were like, having the hardest time. So now we pre-measure every spice. So we can just doop, doop. And it was so much easier to have it all organized.
Exactly. Everything mise en place. Is that right? Is that how you pronounce it in French? Yes. My French is really bad, but there you go.
So you just saw Jeff do his cooking demonstration. It was awesome. We are now standing in line getting our Instant Pot cookbooks signed, so we'll be back with you shortly.
No, seriously, I'm the same way too. I will literally have a river running down my back.
Boy, I'll be there in a minute. Hi there, guys. Oh, I love your name. That's a good name.
He's my other Jeff.
You have a child? You're the other Jeff. She said, I'm going to cook recipe for my other Jeff.
I love it. I love it. I thought it's a cute name, Jennifer and Jeff. It's a perfect couple. I love your...
You have so many recipes that we absolutely love. We tried the ribs a couple days ago. Oh my gosh. Just stand back and
I'm so glad.
Beef broccoli. There are so many things that we absolutely love.
It means a lot.
I'm sushi.
How are you now? Oh, you do all the chopping.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, he does my fat.
You have it good.
He does
She
my
would do
fat.
the shrimp boil.
The secret is to not let her know you enjoy doing it. Make it seem like it's a lot of work. I don't really enjoy.
No, but and I did. She was telling me, you can cut the stuff out. And I said, well, I'll cut all that. And she said, well, just put it in the pot. And I'm like, that's all I got to do. So I go ahead and I cut everything up and get it in the pot. And then she mixes up the seasonings and stuff and pours it in.
Zero minutes.
You guys live local to the area?
About an hour.
Wow, you drove all that way.
Yeah,
Thank you for
oh
coming.
my God, I haven't met you for so long. We love your recipes.
Oh, you guys are very sweet.
Yep. I was hoping to see Banjo.
I know a lot of. I feel like I've let people down by not bringing him, but
And Richard too.
yeah, he's been to a few of them. He had to do a lot of work this week.
I can't do it. She's like, stop doing it.
It's all right. Thank you both so much.
Oh, it's okay.
Sure, whatever you want. And only corn dog
Yeah, we've been following you for 5 years, I think.
I love it.
So guys, that is a wrap. We had an awesome time tonight here at the Public Library in St. Peter's and getting to meet Jeff and just having a great time with everybody and meeting a lot of people that were here, seeing Jeff as well. Chris was able to help take pictures and kind of help coordinate a little bit, and we just had an awesome time. So Jeff, thank you for putting on this. Hope you do more tours and shows and get the word out with the Instant Pot. We love ours. Love the recipes and all about it. So guys, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It doesn't cost a dime. And tell your friends about us, and watch for some upcoming Instant Pot recipes that we're developing on our own. We find them delicious and hope you enjoy. Thanks guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know if it was helpful. Also, please comment below if you have any questions about the van build or suggestions about the future content as we build out this channel. Follow us along our journey on Facebook or Instagram using Corn Dog Caravan. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about our channel.